afternoon. Myself, Doyle Bhattacharya, delighted to welcome you all here at NHRD Bangalore Chapter 11th edition of HR Showcase. I'm sure you all had a fantastic experience by attending the last session, which was based on AI, digitization, and future of work. All of us are equally curious to know about various developments which will in turn affect the talent pool and our business needs. Today, our honorable panelists have given and will be giving a detailed overview on the same, elaborating on each and every significance. Wow, so many learnings bunched all together, isn't it? And now you will be looking through the various polls which would be launched. So I request all the audience to please ensure that you are answering the polls which would be launched in mid of the sessions going on. Okay, so now it's time to reflect our thoughts on the theme skilling initiatives of Karnataka, role of industry and government partnership. Before we move ahead, I would like to let you all know that we have you can post your best questions. Okay, so by best questions I mean like whatever questions you have in your mind which you want to post, which will be during the session, you can always post in the Q&A segment, and the questions which will be selected, we will be messaging them. So brace yourself and be ready for the session ahead. I would like to invite Mr. Bharat, who is heading Talent Accelerated Vertical at Karnataka Digital Economy Mission and has 10 years of work experience in integrated marketing, communication, and program management. He has prior experience working in Karnataka Startup Cell, ITBT Department, Government of Karnataka. Played a vital role in implementing Idea to POC grant in aid seeding funding scheme by facilitating the funding for more than 250 startups across various technology sectors. In Karnataka Digital Economy Mission, he was instrumental in preparing 360-degree comprehensive strategy for accelerating talent in Karnataka and designing various programs such as Synergy, Women at Rate Work Initiative, Future Digital Jobs. He was also part of the team in conceptualizing and designing high level scope of work for the upcoming Karnataka Skill Connect portal. Please help me welcome Mr. Bharat to take the panel discussion ahead with the esteemed panelist. Over to you, please.
Welcome everyone to the NHRD HR Showcase 2022, organized by the NHRD Bangalore chapter in association with Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. Thanks for joining us, the KDM session on skilling initiatives Karnataka, the role of industry and government partnership. So before I hand it over to the esteemed speakers and the moderator, I would like to take a minute to introduce the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. The Karnataka Digital Economy Mission is a Section 8 not-for-profit organization supported by both Government of Karnataka and Industry Association. KDM is a unique PPP model, first in kind in Asia, to grow the digital economy of the state and the country. The organization designed as by the industry and for the industry. We function to accelerate growth and investment of ITBT and SNT and the digital economy of the state. KDM is pleased to inform you that in the span of 1.5 years, we were able to support Government of Karnataka and industry initiatives in enabling the sectors like IT/ITS, GCC, startups and innovation, electronic system design, manufacturing, and talent accelerator initiative, reaching to the emerging clusters of the state through our flagship vertical Beyond Bangalore. Happy to inform you that we have successfully grounded 24 large and mid-sized companies in Beyond Bangalore regions by facilitating policy benefits of Government of Karnataka. Talking about the talent accelerator vertical of KDM, which aims to bridge the supply and demand gap of skilled talent across emerging IT hubs in the Karnataka through its strategic interventions such as competency building for fresh graduates and existing workforce in future skills through industry academic collaboration, working towards achieving the Government of Karnataka's vision, job for all. For the past 1 year, the vertical has launched various flagship programs such as Future Digital Jobs, Women at Work Initiative, Synergy Sessions connecting industry, government, and academia. Talent Accelerator vertical of KDM is closely working with Karnataka Skill Development Corporation and Higher Education Department in providing strategy and advisory services for various initiatives of government. KDM acts as an industry guide to various departments of Karnataka in bringing in technology, best practices, process-based support for meeting objectives of skilling programs of the state. This session is one such efforts of bringing the key people from Department of Government of Karnataka to reach out to the larger HR fraternity and showcase the good initiatives of government and success stories of industry and government partnership in accelerating talent in the state of Karnataka. Thank you all. And now I would like to hand it over to our moderator, Mr. Subramaniam Hess. But before that, I would like to introduce Mr. Subramaniam. Mr. Subramani is the CEO for Talentia Global, which is a Partian Technology. Is a training. Talentia Global is a training platform which provides future skill training for the young graduates and also get them. We have Mr. Ashwin Gowda, who done his master's in public administration from Indira Gandhi National Open University. He has done his master in Kannada literature from Karnataka State Open University. He has done his master in taxation and business law from National Academy of Legal Studies and Research University, Hyderabad in 2014. He has joined as a probationer of Indian Revenue Service in 2011 and access Kerala from 2013 to 2015. Promoted to Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax in 2016. He in 2018 and 19. Is currently working as a managing director for Karnataka Skill Development Corporation and accelerating a lot of skilling initiative of the state, bringing a lot of unique programs to youngsters. Thank you. Let me also introduce Mr. Kiran. Kiran is a program manager for Infosys Springboard. He has over 33 years of industry experience working with Infosys since 1992. He is responsible for enabling roles as an architect, program manager, and delivery manager. He won Infosys awards of excellence in following areas like people development, social consciousness, and sustainability, innovation, business, and solution. He co-authored following books in architecture space like Next Generation IT Architecture, Big Data Spectrum, Architecture, the Real-Time Enterprise, Infosys Learning Lexicon. As a program manager of Infosys Springboard, the Digital Literary Initiative of Infosys launched in March 2021, he is responsible for rolling out digital platform across India with an ambitious target of enabling 10 million learners in 21st century digital skills by 2025. Actively engaged with state education departments, universities, and NGOs as a part of his journey. Thank you. Now I hand it over to Mr. Subramania for take this session forward.
Thank you, Bharat. A warm welcome to Kiran. So thank you for joining in, Kiran. And also, Mr. Ashwin Gowda, nice to meet you again. Thank you for joining in. Perhaps as it was a little unclear, I'll just kind of repeat some things about the speakers today in the panel. So Mr. Ashwin Gowda was also the former Deputy Secretary to the CM of Karnataka. And he has been pretty active in the skills. He's also now the Managing Director of KSDC. So in my interactions with Mr. Ashwin Gowda, I've seen him as extremely approachable and easy to work with and very passionate, committed to skilling initiatives. And with youth being on his side, we are expecting a lot from you. And Kiran, you have a pretty embellished profile. It's very nice. People have been there, done it, taking education, training seriously. Mostly that's been the challenge here. So it's the case of people not being fully equipped. So I look forward to having an excellent session with you. And we will perhaps start with Mr. Ashwin sharing his views, the initiatives of KSDC for about 5 to 7 minutes. And let's hear from the horse's mouth. And we'll follow that by Kiran introducing about the initiatives he's been working on. And then we will have certain questions, Kiran, that I'm going to throw for you and Mr. Ashwin. And then we'll keep it open to the panel. So, Mr. Ashwin, off to you.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam, and good afternoon to all. So the Department of Skill Development, Entrepreneurship and Livelihood was set up in Karnataka as part of the government of Karnataka in 2016, and this department is the nodal agency for skilling the youth of the state, both in terms of long-term skilling and in terms of short-term skilling. And you must be knowing that Karnataka is the fourth largest state economy in our country with almost 17 lakh GDP, and then it's also growing at a rate of almost 10% at current prices. And being the knowledge and the technology capital of the country, Karnataka is heralding growth in the industries, especially in sectors like IT, ITES, BT, nanotechnology, pharmaceuticals, life sciences, and so on and so forth. And to support this, Karnataka is also coming up with a lot of skilling initiatives. And you must be knowing, with almost 1,777 ITIs to provide, which is training almost 1 lakh plus ITS students, and then supplying the blue collar workers to the MSMEs and the industry sector. And then almost 290 290 diploma colleges training almost 70,000 candidates, again supplying to the the manufacturing sector. And then with almost 60,000 engineering graduates coming out of the state, again providing the manpower, the required manpower to IT ITS industry sector. Right. So all these individuals will be provided with the formal education, but the required short-term skill training is being provided by this department, especially by KSDC. And currently, I can proudly say that in all of the country, in all of the states, the training is more into supply driven, in the sense the training centers will be there, they set up the training infrastructure and then provide training irrespective of whether there is a demand for that particular training or not. Whereas in our case, actually, we have started this demand driven training, wherein we are individually dealing with the industries, conducting the industry conclaves, getting the requirements from the industries, and then providing manpower as per the requirements. So as part of this initiative, initiative of this Industry Connect, we have created an industry linkage cell in a skill development corporation, which acts as a bridge between the industry and the education system, in the sense industry and academia, wherein we reach out to the industries, get their demands, and then provide requirements. Provide the manpower as per the requirements. That is one. And then we also, we know that the industry 4.0 has a lot of equipment. It is equipment heavy, in the sense a lot of machineries, a lot of industry infrastructure is required, but the government may not be able to spend everywhere. So we are also utilizing the infrastructure of industries and making them empaneling them our training partner, and then getting the candidates trained in their infrastructure, in their own facilities, and then providing for captive employment. And they're also providing, and they're also supporting to supplying these candidates trained in their facilities to the sister concerns and also the colleague industries. Say for example, the companies like Flipkart, Wipro GE, Sansera Technologies, one of the leading automotive components manufacturing companies, and then the Mysore Industry Association, Electronic City Industry Association, then Narayana Rudayala, they've all become our training partners. MS Ramaya Institute of Technology and RV Institute of Engineering, they've all become our training partners, and they are providing training, qualitative training, and then helping the candidates getting, getting their dream jobs. That is one. And second thing is, probably in the next week, we are coming up with a portal called Karnataka Skill Connect portal, which is one of its kind. I can tell you, because I request all the HRs who are present here to kindly register yourself in the portal. It is now itself, it is operative. It's www.skillconnect.kaushalkar.com, which is actually on the lines of it's basically a job portal, but not confined to that. It is on the lines of Naukri Monster, wherein the candidate will upload their video resumes and then upload their the profiles, and currently and accordingly the companies will upload their vacancies, and the skill sets will be matched, and the companies will be able to fetch the data list of all the eligible candidates, and accordingly they can fix up the interviews and so on. And apart from that, that also, that portal is also sort of an LMS, and it has a psychometric analysis assessment, wherein any candidates can undertake that psychometric assessment and get to know about their shortcomings. And in case if there is any, if they wish to cover up or overcome that shortcoming, then the AI based engine will pop up the courses, both paid and the free courses, and we have tied up with many companies, especially with LMSs of Infosys Springboard, which has almost 12,000 courses, and then with HE, IBM, and so on and so forth. Upgrade also, we are in the process of getting their courses also on board to us. And apart from the technical assessment tool will be there. Suppose if I want to be a data scientist, I can go through that and undergo that test and get to know my shortcomings, and accordingly the courses will be popped up. He can continue pursue his course and then come back and apply for the job. So that's how it is. And then a mentoring session will be there. It's a sort of a career guidance for them, so that they'll get to know. You must be knowing, a person who has done his mechanical engineering is currently working as in supply chain management. So there is no correlation between what he has studied in the college and currently what he is doing. So this is purely because of lack of career guidance. So our portal will also be having an opportunity to provide this career guidance, especially with clear career paths and career progression for the candidates. So then there will be mentorship talking from mentorship sessions from the industry bigwigs. So like, Mr. Kiran, who will speak about his domain, and similarly so on and so forth from other industry members as well. So this will be launched in the next week by our Honorable Chief Minister. So I request all the HRs once again to kindly log into this and make use of this portal. Already around 8,000 students have already uploaded their profiles. So you can make use of it immediately. That is one thing. And then, we have been conducting a lot of job fairs, and we know that soft skills is an issue, especially the employability skills and the communication skills, creativity, collaboration, critical thinking. All these 21st century skills are currently, our students are lacking in these. Though there is no dearth of jobs, but there is dearth of these skills amongst our students. So to overcome that, we have created this language labs across the state, and we are also providing this soft skills training to our students, those who are in the final semester. And we have our talent accelerator program, wherein we provide to the students those who are in the final semester of their undergraduation, especially the technical students. Also, we are providing them training in 30 future skills, including in AWS, IoT, AI, robotics, data science, data security, cyber security, and all. So that is a talent accelerator program. And then we are also coming up with the entrepreneurship program, wherein we are identifying the students who are identifying the students who have this aspiration of becoming the budding entrepreneurs. So we have a sister concern called Center for Entrepreneurship Development of Karnataka, and through them we provide this entrepreneurial training, those who have got these ideas and sort of an innovation mindset. So for them we provide this, and then help them in establishing their business. So with all this, if I have multiple initiatives, especially under this department. Especially if you look at the manufacturing sector, we have joined with Tata Technologies Limited, and we have spent almost $1 billion US. That is almost 4,600 crores in upgrading our 150 government ITIs. And currently we have Industry 4.0 related equipment, machineries, and everything in that. And then we have also curated the 23 industrial courses in discussion with industries. We have created this policy and design thinking and advanced plumbing, advanced electrician, RVAC technicians, and so on and so forth. And currently we are providing training in these two. So if you ask me, the government of Karnataka has taken a lot of initiatives, especially to improve the skilled capital workforce, which is required for the industry. And in this regard, I also request any industry, like, if you have any sort of requirement, you please reach out to us. We are also working for industries like Wistron, which is into manufacturing of Apple iPhones, to provide the assembly line operators, and so on and so forth. So I request the HRs to kindly contact us in case if you require skilled manpower. You kindly share your JD, job description. We provide, we train the candidates as per your requirements and give it to you for deployment. Okay, on the lines of this HTD, that is hire, train, and deploy model. So with this, I conclude, and I thank Mr. Subramaniam for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ashwin. That was a big list of things. I'll perhaps run a small summary of what you spoke, and we will have certain Q&As around this. So having actually known what you are doing, so it's been a big list. So I know that you're enabling more than 1,700 ITIs, 290 diploma colleges, 60K engineers being trained across government colleges is a big number, 6 lakh youth being trained. And the typical needs or challenges you're trying to address is giving them industry skills. I see that a lot of what you're doing are all reverse engineered from competency needs of the industry, which itself is a great thing. You're also looking at what you are terming as demand-driven training. and you're also addressing soft skills and low entrepreneurship skills. And how you're trying to do this is by establishing the industry linkage cell, and you're taking an aggregation model, working with multiple players with proven expertise in upskilling. And the portal is again a big thing. And I also see that you're partnered with Springboard and multiple other training entities for enabling this. And then you have your 30 future skills program. And just to remind the industry, the need is for all of you to register onto the skills portal, and you can also suggest what skills you need. And Mr. Ashwin's team runs hire, train, deploy programs, which are very customized. They could, if not achieve 100%, get you across the mile, at least it's a 60% mark. So you all have lesser time to spend on upskilling them, which also involves lesser cost and better quality of input. So that would be the support to be needed for you to offer KSDs. So thank you, Mr. Ashwin. It was a great summary. So Kiran, off to you. Perhaps we would like to hear from you what you're doing and what's your vision and how you're trying to transform the young talent in the state.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Subramanian. And I also thank Mr. Ashwin for giving us this opportunity. And when we started this journey, we were pleasantly surprised that even government engine also, especially after meeting Mr. Ashwin, that this is no lesser than the private sector, be the efficiency or the speed of action, and the way in which the decisions, the speed at which the decisions are being taken. We are really amazed, and we are very happy to work with KSDC and the KDEM and other government organizations of Karnataka in skilling and especially taking all the skilling initiatives to the next level. Just a brief background about myself, and I'm basically a mechanical engineer, passed out from Malnad College of Engineering. And immediately after my engineering, I went to Ashok Leyland, and I was there for about 3 years. And afterwards, I started my IT career in Infosys in 92. Since 92, I have been with Infosys. And in 92, our training department, our education and training, at the time it was called as education and research, was started with our batch. We were the first batch of people who got trained by our training engine. And looking back over last 30 years now, good to be on this side of the training, where we are imparting training. We started with our own colleagues, now to the public of India. So what came naturally to us is this online learning or remote learning and remote teaching. So even when the pandemic was hit, we were able to, within 3 days, we were able to shift all our training and also business to work remotely. And by the success of this, what we were able to achieve in this remote learning and remote education, etc. In October 2020, our management requested us if we can come up with a large proposal so that we can help the larger interest the students of India to the tune of about 10 million by 2025. That is the goal in which we started our journey back in October 2020. And in March 21, we launched Infosys Springboard, which is our new ambitious digital literacy program with a goal of about 10 million students. Already, if I look back in the last 1.5 years, we are able to reach close to about 3.2 million, and all these learners coming from India. And we are very hopeful, and we are very sure that this is definitely going to, we will be able to, in fact, exceed our goal of 10 million. And as Mr. Ashwin was also telling, Springboard also brings with more than 12,000 courses. Okay, so let me just share my screen, just one slide. Yeah, here we started with a vision of about 10 million learners, and here the beneficiaries are starting from the foundation class 6 onwards, then graduate learners, and as well as the professionals and lifelong learners. So this is not a one-time thing. We are here for a long haul, where we are going to help the students for their lifelong journey to learn the skill of their choice and to pursue the careers even after they come back, once they complete their education, if they decide to come back and reskill depending on what they want to achieve in life. And the strategy which we follow is, one is direct to learners, and we are also working with state education departments as well as the skilling divisions like KSDC. And this itself has given us a good numbers. For example, already we have signed up with 10 state education departments and skilling divisions of the government. And we are also focusing secular distribution across India. That means we are also supporting 18 major languages of India, including Kannada, so that if student wants to access our platform, they can easily get that. And we are also enhancing and ensuring the diversity, be it the gender diversity or the people with different learning ability. For example, people with visual impairment can also learn on the platform. Out of 12,000 cores, 8,000 of them are having are visually impaired friendly or hearing impaired friendly. And we are also ensuring that the 50% of the course is on the professional skills, which is very much important to be relevant and to improve the employable skills. And there is also a big gap between industry and academia. That's what we are also planning to bridge using these, be it our content. And also we offer internship opportunities at large scale. In fact, we already completed first cohort, and next cohort we just launched. And now we will be working closely with the government colleges, polytechnics, and ITs as well, so that they also get equal opportunity to compete with the rest of India, be it in the private sector or anybody else who have better infrastructure, so that our government school college children will not be left out. Then we are also bringing in experiential learning through hands-on learning as well as the Makers Lab, so that we are also coming up with Makers Lab on wheels, so that even the colleges and students in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities and also in the villages, they don't get left out. So we are going to send these buses which are loaded with the kits, be it 3D printers or robots or CNC machines, etc., especially for diploma or polytechnic or engineering students, so that they can continue hands-on learning, which is relevant to their curriculum, and they also earn credits while doing so. And of course, we are regarding the impact, we are already more than 3.2 million registered learners are there, with more than a million coming regularly week after week. So, and currently we have more than 30% of the girl students. So we are ensuring that they are also ably supported. And we are also coming up with various programs which is women specific, so that they can also benefit from this. And coming to the relevance and what we are doing with Mr. Ashwin was talking about the ITI, and the pictures what you are seeing here is just one of the event, the faculty enablement training program which we did in government model ITI in the Dairy Circle, which happens to be next to the Kaushalya Bhavan. So here you can see these teachers who are 10 to 15 years experienced, both from ITI and Women's Polytechnic Ramnagara, they had assembled in the ITI. And as you can see, it has excellent state-of-the-art equipment with all the IoT and the related equipments. And even though this is the first time they are being exposed to coding, within half a day workshop, they were able to code in Python and able to communicate with the devices which is connected to the computer. In this case, it was RGB LED. And we could see the smile on their face when the Python code written by them are making LED glow in multiple colors. And on the right side bottom, what you're seeing, this is a high school, one of the leading high schools here in Jayanagar. Both the high school and college students were there. And when we showed this Raspberry Pi to the kids, they were so amazed. And this 6th standard girl, she shed her inhibition, came forward and was very happy to ask, what is that and how can I get access to it and how can I learn on that? And the boy who is in the right side, and he came forward and volunteered. He can basically take the lead in clarifying the questions of all of their students. So this is how we are able to ignite the aspirations of the millions of children who are coming on board, be it through the content or be it through the internship mentor support. We are able to guide all these students, not just in education, in further even in career counseling and offering internship, and also so that it should lead to a job or their dream of becoming an entrepreneur. We would like to help until they achieve what they want to achieve. So I once again thank Mr. Subramanian and Mr. Ashwin for giving me this opportunity. Now I will be happy to answer any question, Mr. Subramanian. Over to you.
Thank you, Kiran. That was a nice summary. So good to know that you've been doing this for 30 years now, IT, and you are the first batch. So it feels good, perhaps, for you to pass the baton to other people. And I also noticed that you did the transition into remote in just 3 days. So perhaps COVID became your biggest opportunity, and that set the vision for you to go up to 10 million learners. and the whole idea of class 6 to lifelong learners, that gives you a huge spectrum. And you might already be aware, so most of us here, so there are over 80 crore people at the addressable population in India under 35 years, and only 4.5 crore people are in the campus. That gives a lot of opportunities for us to enable multiple people. So thank you, Kiran, for those insights. So we will perhaps have some questions for Mr. Ashwin and Kiran now.
Sure, sir.
So I do have some questions here. So the first question would be to Mr. Ashwin. So, Mr. Ashwin, what would be the top 2 challenges you face in scaling what you're doing, and what would you expect the industry to do, and how you think they can also contribute?
Mr. Subramaniam, can you kindly repeat the question? There was some disturbance, couldn't hear you.
Sure. I said, what do you think are your top 2 challenges in achieving the scale you want to, and how do you think the industry can come forward and work with you? What would you expect the industry to do?
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. See, the first point is actually the lack of. We have been training almost 60,000 candidates in a year across almost 30 plus sectors, like, ranging from aviation, apparels, agriculture, then hospitality, tourism, IT, ITS, and so on and so forth. Right. But the major challenge that we face is lack of aspirations amongst the youth. And also, mobilization issues. The candidates, those who undergo training, they don't know like what exactly is a future, and what are the career progressions available for them, what is the career path for which they are undergoing training. So this is, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, there is lack of career counseling for our candidates. So because of this, they are not able to make proper informed decisions, and this is the reason for the attrition in industry. Right. So when the candidate comes to know about what exactly is to do, accordingly he will process, he'll pursue his education, and accordingly he'll upskill, reskill, get reskilled, and he will try to stay in the industry. But this is not happening. So I would suggest that the industries should come forward, all the should come forward and create a repository of information about various job roles. Say for example, if it is ITES industry, and if he is joining as a software developer, then he should be knowing as to what is my career progression, what is my career path. Suppose if I am in the logistics sector, and if I join as a forklift operator, I should be knowing what is my career path. Similarly, if it is in multimedia animation, 3D, then if I join as a 3D animator, I should be knowing. So once a candidate gets to know about all these when he is in high school, college itself, then he'll be able to make proper informed decisions, and this prevents people from getting into engineering domain on a mass scale and the medical domain on a mass scale. So I would suggest that the industries should come forward and define the career progression for each of the job roles at the entry level, and make it available to the public to make a proper informed decision. This is one support that I request from the industries. And second thing is, with respect to curriculum, see, we have been training candidates in various sectors, but some of the times, when I interact with the industries, they say that the candidates who are trained are not suitable, are not employable. That's mainly because there is this gap between industry curricula and industry requirements and the academic curricula, right? So I would suggest that industries should come forward, give their inputs when we develop the curriculum, when we develop the content, and they should also be a part of this in the entire skilling ecosystem, right from mobilization to training to monitoring to placement. So I request industries support in these 2 areas to to achieve that scale.
Well, thank you. So that's a very powerful thought. So what you're suggesting is, if the industry can actually share what it means to be in a job role, if some kind of a presentation or a video or information kit can be made available for each job role, then people can make more informed decisions. Right now, they are kind of shooting in the dark because some related.
Yes, very much. Very correct.
So that would be a key thing. And also, so how if the industry has to participate, how do they reach out to you? I know KDM is a big bridge. They're the enabling platform. Can they go through KDM, and how do they reach out to you? So Ashwin, how do they reach out to you if the industry wants to participate? Whom do they contact? Do they go through KDM, or they need to look at reaching out to KSDC? How do they volunteer?
Yes, Mr. Subramaniam, I I see. They can directly come to our office or to KDM's office, and we work in close coordinates. So consonants also. So I would suggest you please reach us out and come in person. Okay. Or otherwise, you can even reach us out on mail, that is md.ksdc, and we will reach out to you. We'll get back to you. md.ksdc@karnataka.gov.in, or you can directly come over to my office, which is in Dairy Circle, Kaushalya Bhavan, Dairy Circle. It will be displayed in the chat box.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So, Kiran, I have a question for you. So, given that you have been training people literally in thousands, so what are the top 3 to 5 things you do to make them project ready? Because we know that there's a gap, and we know that you're trying to plug the gap. So, if you want people to walk into Infosys or any company for that matter on day one and be fairly deployable, if not billable, so what are the 3 to 5 things that you would like to do to make this possible?
Yeah, thanks, Subramanian. That's a very good question. So actually, what we are doing is we are only preaching what we are also practicing. For example, it is the same challenge which we follow because we are also mass recruiters on Infosys side. We recruit anywhere between 30 to 50,000 engineers every year, and we also go through the same challenge of preparing them for initial 2 to 3 months, making them industry ready. So what we have been doing is whatever we used to the training programs or initiatives, be the foundation program or the continuous education. Now through Infosys Springboard, we have opened up about 394 of Infosys courses, both technical and professional skill courses we have opened up. So that now what we are also encouraging the both engineering college or even GFGCs to do is starting even when they join the college in the first semester itself, we are opening up the learning paths, and which is both aligned to the curriculum as well as which is we are also augmenting it with what is the gap or what it will help them to be industry ready or to be to improve their employability. So both on the technical side as well as professional skills, we are curating and handpicking and giving these learning paths. And while doing so, we are working very closely with the professor and the college leadership team. In fact, some of the large scale with which we are doing is back in Karnataka itself. We are closely working with the DCTE team, where Mr. Pradeep is taking the lead, where we actually mapped all the diploma polytechnic curriculum courses on with the courses which is available on Springboard, which has been curated and made available both from Infosys, and we have also made the content available from the leading industry provider like be it Coursera or Skillsoft or IAHT. And through these courses, it is not just the content which they are getting; they are also getting playgrounds where they can try hands-on. Because even when we hire any of the engineers, especially the lateral entrants, we also test their experience and the understanding of the industry, the problem statement, and their interpretation. So then we also give them the capstone projects or real life use cases, which is available on the platform, which they can try it out while they are learning any of these courses. In addition, we are also offering internships so that they become industry ready. And these are all industrial problems. And we are also attaching one mentor for each of the project. For example, in the last cohort, which we did, about 15,000 of them had applied, and good to see about 200 of them were successfully selected and they completed. And every 4 people team, we had actually associated one mentor, and that's how we are able to successfully complete it. And now the next cohort, now we are doubling that number again with one mentor for every 4 people who are coming in. And now we are also giving some additional slots so that the government college students, be it ITA or polytechnic students, also get equal opportunity. Then with the Makers Lab, they also get hands-on experience with the kids. So this is how we are making. They are ready both in terms of content, mentorship, as well as the hands-on experience. Going ahead, we are also going to open up the jobs which are open in India, so that the only depending on the skill, the jobs will be open to them so that they can apply and their chances of getting selected will also improve. So these are some of the things which we are doing to help the ecosystem, Mr. Subramanian.
Thank you to Mr. Ashwin and also Kiran for sharing all your valuable insights. And it's certainly motivating to see that you're having a 10 million as your number, and you're also aggregating and you're bringing in all your experience. And this is something that the industry is also attempting to do. And also with all the interactions we've had with KDM, Mr. Ashwin, and also with the DTC, I know that there's a parallel ecosystem which is actually happening. With all these things, we have no doubts at all that Karnataka is going to move ahead. We are already the number one hub, and looks like we are building more traction. Certainly, enabling is happening, so there can be a degree of pessimism in terms of the effectiveness of the programs. But actually, you never get to 100% on day one. So if Mr. Ashwin's team is taking people to the 50% mark, we're better off being at 50% than being at 10 or 20%. So I know it's incrementally being done with all these things, and with technology making it so easy to deliver high quality skilling. I'm sure we will hit the mark pretty soon. So thank you all, and thank you to NHRD for this opportunity. Much appreciated. And thank you to all the people who joined in. And thank you, Doc. It's been great spending time together. And thank you, Kiran, and thank you, Mr. Ashwin.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Subramanian. If anybody is in our Bangalore IT Summit, you can come to our stall. We are there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Subramaniam, and all our esteemed panelists for broadening a horizon of thoughts on the given theme. Today, we got to know so many new developments in the domain of skill initiatives of Karnataka. Once again, thank you so much for such a brainstorming and enriching session. Before I conclude, I would like to let all of you know about our upcoming session, which is on employees' experience on hybrid times, which is about to commence at 3 p.m. IST. So please do not forget to join the link without delay. And yes, of course, how can I forget to remind you all about the virtual booths? It's still open. Please go and explore as much as you can. The unique HR products are on display waiting for you and give your learning a new edge. Thank you so much, everyone.